We recently made the move from the city to the farm, and the transition has been a huge adventure for us. Some days have been so awesome, and other days have been, well, challenging. Some of the things that we expected to be difficult were things like driving farther for groceries and not having as many food options to choose from. Some of the things that we didn't expect to be so difficult were things like not having running water for 3 months and living like sardines in a workshop with my parents. Every big adventure has to start somewhere. While it would have been awesome if ours had started out all ready to go and set up, we bought raw land, and so we had to start at the very beginning. We've had to make sacrifices to get here, and showing you where we are now will give you a good sense of what it's taken to make this transition from city to farm. Home. Here we are at home, aka our workshop. We built this building to use as a workshop space, but we're living in it temporarily with my parents. So that's 4 adults and a toddler living in this 1,200 square foot space. So to say that that is a tight squeeze may be an understatement, but we are making it work. When you think of a workshop, you probably picture a lot of dirt and grime and tools and grease everywhere. But since we knew we'd be living here for a little while, my dad made this place really nice. It's a fully functioning home here. We have a full bathroom, full kitchen, AC and heater, so we're comfortable in a lot of ways, but in other ways, not so much. Living with anyone can be challenging, but thankfully we have an awesome relationship with my parents and they're great roommates. Lucy loves living with her grandma and grandpa, and it's been a lot of fun. The only difficulty really has just been privacy and just elbow room. So we've put up curtains around our space to create a little room for ourselves, which has helped a lot. And we also just have tried to go on lots of date nights, exploring our new town, and just having a lot of intentional time together as a family and as a married couple, which helps a lot too. As for how Lucy's fitting into all of this, our original plan for her was to remodel a vintage 50s camper that we found, and that plan ended up having a lot of issues.
Oh my god!
So we are still going to remodel that, but we're going to use it as our farmer's market stand in the future. And for her, we decided to set up a tent, and she actually loves it.
Let's go tell everyone about your tent.
Okay, do you like your tent?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you like about your tent? Is it fun?
Toys!
There are toys?
Yeah.
You got your toys in the basket?
So her little room is next to our bed. She has a tent set up, and it's worked really well for us. So it's a good temporary solution, but I'm sure she and we will be very excited when a permanent solution comes around. While the workshop being our home base may not be a perfect living situation, as Mason likes to remind me, it is a short-term pain for long-term gain kind of scenario. And it's certainly a comfortable enough place to live while we tackle our massive to-do list to get ready for the next year. As we wait for warm weather to arrive in the spring, we're spending our winter preparing our land for animals and our garden. We have a very long task list in front of us, and we are spending a lot of our winter working on the big projects, which are clearing the fence line so that we can set up perimeter fencing to keep all of our animals contained. Another big project is finishing the water system, which you'll see a lot more about in our next video. One of the really big projects we need to accomplish is running water lines out through the pastures so that the cows and pigs will have fresh water every day, as well as setting up all the individual infrastructure needed for all the different kinds of animals. The list can often seem never-ending, but we are trusting God to give us the strength to get it all done. When we first moved here, we legitimately thought that we were 2 or 3 days away from having hot running water at the workshop. And now we're 2 months in and that has not happened yet, but we are so close. We're just maybe a week away. So we're so excited about that. And you'll see the whole story of the water fiasco in our next video. For now, the hardest things about not having running water have been the day-to-day tasks that have been necessary. So we have had to come up to this spring and fill up water jugs every day to refill the toilet, to take showers. We'll have to boil water and take showers with a water jug with holes cut in the top. Yes, we have been doing that for 2 months. And just washing dishes especially. Even washing ourselves is even easier than washing dishes, but we've had the tiniest little trickle of water to wash dishes with, and it's cold and it's miserable. We have never appreciated running water more than we have in these last 2 months of our lives. It's almost hard to believe after coming out of a huge drought this summer, but rain has been one of the biggest challenges of the last 2 months. Back in Dallas, if you had a 50% chance of rain or less, you usually didn't get any rain at all. And out here, we've found that a 15% chance of rain pretty much means you're getting rain all day long. So with our extensive list of things to get done, rain has gotten in the way quite a bit. And it's very frustrating to have a lot of days where we really haven't gotten anything done at all, or it feels that way. But we're pushing through and making the best of the time that we have when the sun is out and things are dry. Even with all of the many days that have been frustrating and slow and just felt like things were not going our way, there are so many more days out here that we are so happy that we made this change. And on the tough days, all you have to do is walk out here and look around, and it's an easy reminder of why we did this in the first place. It's beautiful, it's quiet, we have so much freedom to do whatever we want, and we love it.
One of the best things about being out here has to be the physical nature of our work. Just being able to get outside, breathe the fresh air, and just enjoy working hard with our hands. And I know I've lost weight, I know Steve has lost weight, and one of the other things I really struggled with before we moved out here was migraines, and just these debilitating migraines that would put me on my butt for the entire day, and I would have to, sleep in a dark room just to get rid of them. And since I've been out here, I haven't had a single one, which, is huge. To not even have to worry about that whole thing, man, just a big blessing. One of the things I don't have to worry about at all is traffic. Man, you just mentioned 635 to someone who lives in DFW, lives in Dallas. Oh, they start to tremble at the poorly drawn lanes and the never-ending construction and the crazy drivers that, of course, they're all texting. So we don't have to worry about any of that. People out here, barely any cars drive by. The roads are just nice and clean and clear, and you get to see nature all around you as you drive through the beautiful Piney Woods. I'm so thankful that we don't have to worry about traffic out here. I also love the fact that I just get to work on my passion project every day, and I'm always coming home and everyone else is laughing at me because I'm researching something new and trying to figure out, oh, we should do this, we should do that, and they're all like, oh, Mason's got a crazy idea again. But what it is just I care about what we're doing out here, and I really love it, and I love the fact that we can see something be accomplished right before our eyes, and we'll do a tour of the property and see all the things that have, improved or been added. And when you look at it day to day, it can seem like, I don't know how much is being accomplished. But then when you step back and look at a bigger picture, like, oh, over the past month, we did this, this, and this. So much has been accomplished in such a short amount of time. And it's just really cool to see it all in person.
Well, there you have it. That's where we are now. In addition to getting the land ready for animals in the spring, our big projects coming up this year are going to be building my parents' house, which will be right behind me back here, and building a yurt for me and Mason and Lucy. Make sure you subscribe to see everything that's going on with the Sunny Willow Farms family. What was my line?
Line.
Line!